What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 2 of Pro Corner Hearthstone Edition. I'm your host, ChanManV, and for those of you just tuning in for the first time, might have missed our very first episode that we did with Amaz. This show is all about coaching. This show is all about learning how to play Hearthstone better. And what we do is we bring on pros from the community and have them coach us through their particular class and their deck, and really talk about not only just the decks, which you see all over the place, whether it's on various sites or even on Value Town at times. We're going to actually talk about how to play the decks and how to play the class themselves. So we got a special treat today. We've got the Ultimate Warrior here.
What up, sons?
Kitkatz. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much, man. Well, glad to be here. How you doing, ChanMan?
Doing good. And for those of you that don't know Kitkatz, in my opinion, he is the best warrior in the world. So getting a chance to have him sit down and really go through this session with us is going to be really, really great, and hopefully will help you guys improve as warriors, and myself too, because warrior is one of my favorite classes. And I've been kind of playing with a lot of other classes recently, so I'm kind of gotten rusty with warrior. So this is perfect timing, Kitkatz. All right, so let's talk about warrior. So how many games have you logged, actually?
According to the fucking Hearthstone client, excuse me.
That's okay. It's fine.
According to the Hearthstone client, about 700 warrior wins, I think. So yeah, not too bad. Not too shabby.
That's not including like the beta, right?
No. Actually, the vast majority of my wins are warrior. Like before, like the changeover where it started recording everything. Mm-hmm. Like I'd say like 95% of my wins are warrior, and I think I have about like 2,000 games won. So
that's crazy. That's pretty sick. I guess you got 8,000 more according to Gladwell before you become like a true expert.
A true master.
Exactly. But okay, let's get into the deck. So I'm going to flip over to the game. And again, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the decks a little bit, kind of from a high-level standpoint, just the warrior class in general. We'll kind of see the decks twice, because the deck on the left will show up once we start the games. But Kitkatz, I kind of want to get, again, just high-level strategies from you in regards to this deck. I think most of the people have seen this deck. Are there any changes that have been made recently to this deck?
The most recent change that I've made was the addition of Sylvanas. Mm-hmm. Before that card used to be like Karen, and then even before that, actually no, before that was nothing. It was like I think it was the second slam, and then before that it was Karen. But Karen like proved to be really inefficient in this metagame, because like so many of the decks that are like powerful in this metagame are just they have such strong answers to Karen. Like Druid can just silence it, Shaman can hex it or shock it, Rogues can just sap it, and then you just lose the game. And I didn't really find that effective. Whereas Sylvanas, you can actually get into play and like build up armor like a few turns before, and then you can like respond to the Guided Stand and Conceal with a Shield Slam on it and steal it, and then just win the game through that method. And a lot of them don't expect it, because most warriors don't play Sylvanas anymore.
Mm-hmm. No, that's nice. And for those of you, I keep assuming that people have seen your deck, so I should probably explain. So Kitkatz's deck is probably the first prominent control warrior deck that we saw in the community early on, and kind of like Strife Crow's Druid deck, we've kind of seen Kitkatz's warrior deck just continually be refined and evolve with the metagame. So that's why I have him on here, and that's why he's like the prototype warrior in our community. So I just want to clarify that for those of you just really tuning in for the first time or might be new to Hearthstone. And let's talk about, I guess, the key cards. I'll bring one up just to get us started. Let's talk about Armorsmith. How important is it for Armorsmith to build you up a good amount of armor, and what is that good amount of armor?
Armorsmith is so important in like the vast majority of matchups. Like it can give you a lot of aggression versus Druid, because like what happens in the warrior versus Druid matchup is a lot of times you start falling behind because you have no board presence. But if you like lay down an Armorsmith and Cruel Taskmaster it, you have so much early game pressure like that. Whereas like there's not any other combination of cards like that a warrior control has access to that would give you some kind of way that like to force them to respond to you instead of you always responding to them. And so that's what that's for. Also, it's so strong against aggro. I actually lost my last round of DreamHack because my opponent Colite Oracled, and the one card he blew up was Armorsmith, and I was like, "Fuck!"
I remember
it's so
that.
devastating, man. Like any other card in the deck, like I would have won, but
I mean, how are you supposed to win brawls without it, dude? It's like
exactly.
It's like
and
way,
also,
right?
it wins all the brawls, man.
That's right.
My Armorsmith has never lost a televised brawl ever. And yeah,
That's crazy.
Reels felt like witnessed it a dream hack. It was like I playing this versus Miracle Rogue guy, and he had like literally like Auctioneer, double SI7 agent, and a Farseer, and
Yeah.
I only had my Armor Smith and my Brawl, and I just look at him and I just slam down that Brawl, and fucking Reels just starts going, no way, no way. As you see them all pile into the fucking pile, I'm just like, then like Armor Smith goes in last. I'm just like, I'm a fucking god, dude, and then I won the match. It's so incredible.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So this general early game aggression that you're talking about with Armorsmith and Acolyte and Taskmaster, is that generally what you do against every class, or is there an exception to that?
There's pretty much no exception to that.
Okay.
The only kind of matchup you don't really want the creatures in is against Zoo, surprisingly enough, because like the more creatures you have early on, the more opportunities that the Zoo Warlock has to blow you out with the Soulfire. Like if you're like, for example, like when you played Frothing Berserkers, if your turn 3 was Frothing Berserker and their turn 3 was like Harvest Golem, Soulfire, your Frothing Berserker, you just straight lose the matchup. And so like Sho was asking me how I deal with aggro warlocks, because he's having a lot of difficulty because he added Frothing Berserkers. That's what I explained to him. The more creatures you add into the warrior control deck, the weaker you are against aggro.
Okay. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention in the beginning of the show, guys, is we are going to be doing some Q&A at the end of the show. And what you'll do, well, what you'll want to do is you want to get your question in, is post it. Since Kitkatz started a Reddit thread, go ahead and post your question in the comments of the Reddit thread. We'll just use that as just our mechanism. I was, last week or the last time we did Pro Corner, I used the stream chat, and it's probably easier to have the Reddit thread be the place. So go ahead and do that, and we'll do that after we go through like several games of coaching. But continuing on, so I guess that leads to the mulligan question, which is, do we always mulligan for those 3 cards in Fiery War Axe?
The problem with doing that is that, like, for example, if you have Cruel Taskmaster and nothing really to combo with it, it's not really that strong of a card in a lot of matchups, like versus Druid or something. Like, what are you going to Cruel Taskmaster? Or against, like, a Miracle Rogue or something? You don't really have anything to do it. Although I have been keeping it more and more because, like, so much of the matchup is dependent upon having Armor Smith, Cruel Taskmaster, that I've kind of been, like, just risking it, you know? Like, kind of like how priests do with, where they just hard mulligan for creatures to try and, like, turn that bad matchup into, like, some amount winnable.
Yeah.
Like whatever you can steal from like the busted Miracle Rogue dude. But like the weapon, the Fiery War Axe is like pretty much your most crucial card. Versus like Druid and stuff, you keep Shield Slam. Versus Druid, you can also keep an Execute. That's really the only class you keep Execute versus though.
Just because of Iterate?
Yeah, exactly. And most matchups you keep Acolyte of Pain. The only one I'd really question doing that was first is like Warlock.
Okay.
And that's about it. And also like your strongest play versus Shaman is like Armor Smith, Cruel Taskmaster. Like they get screwed up by that, man. Like it's a 1/4, so they can't Lightning Bolt it. They have to roll the Spell Power Totem or the 1/1 and have Lightning Bolt or a Wreck Biter or something like that. And like it just delays them so much.
What about Kor'kron Elite?
Kor'kron Elite gives you a lot of early game pressure, or also answers to Druid of the Claw, because like one of the ways that Druid beats Warrior is they just charging Druid of the Claws at you, and like so then they just race you because you can't ever armor up fast enough for them to kill you. Faster than they can kill you, because eventually like the combo just does so much. And so what you end up doing is like that can be your answer to the charge Druid, so you can 1-for-1 it, which is like very rare that a warrior can do like 1-for-1 a 4-power guy without slam, you know. But it costs too much mana to do all that. And that was my answer to that. I was also an answer to Unbound Elemental, and also just like a lot of the zoo creatures are just really weak to 4/3s.
Okay.
And that's about it. Also it gives you a lot of pressure versus Miracle Rogue. Like it actually allows you to race them in some way, which is like used to be impossible to do. Like you would just always have to play defensively. But now I've learned that if you just play really aggressive versus Miracle Rogue, you actually have the possibility of beating them and just racing them and forcing them to have everything right at the start.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So I guess damage from the weapons, damage from the Kor'kron, and just whatever you can get from those early units, because they do have the agent, they do have removing ability too. So that's I'm surprised you can actually do that.
A lot of the ways to get to 3 damage though is hitting it with the weapon. So if it does 8 damage, it's like pretty incredible for 4 damage for mana.
That is pretty awesome. I guess a question about card draw. So the Azure Drakes, 2 guarantee card draws. The Slam isn't guaranteed, right? And the Acolyte of Pain is usually a guaranteed 1 from each. That's not a ton of card draw in this deck. So with the Acolyte of Pain, that's something that's variable, right? You can get up to 3 with that. Is it super important to get more than 1 card from the Acolyte of Pain?
It's not really that important to get more than one, but like
Okay.
mostly what it does is it gives you one off the initial like whirlwind or whatever you combine it with,
Mm-hmm.
and then it forces them to answer it. And so now they have to have like a silence if they want to take the second card from you. And but also it's like wasting their turn, right? Because if like say you played on turn 5, like you go Acolyte Cruel it
Mm-hmm.
to draw the card right away, and then their turn is Keeper it and not like play an actual threat on their turn 6 or whatever. It's like it really ruins up or messes up their curve and like relieves a lot of pressure leading into your turn 6 and 7.
Okay. Hey, that's good. That's interesting. Didn't really think of it like that before. Good stuff. Faceless. I know
All
some
right.
decks, like I've seen Tide's deck recently, has two Faceless in it, and I know your deck isn't quite as defensive as his, but how do you see Faceless right now?
I really don't like Faceless in Warrior. I've never really liked it.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, it just gives you the ability to do things that you can't normally do. Like for example, if you want to Corkron and manipulate it for 8, you can. Or if like for some reason they leave Grommash in play and try and race you, you can kill them with it. But like that's really the only scenario. Also, you can like clone their Cairn, which is like it's okay. It's not great though because then they just attack you for 4, and you're like, fuck. I attack your Cairn for 4, and then what happens? Like you're just screwed, right? But Tides tells me that like it's the cornerstone of his warrior deck.
Yeah.
But anytime I've ever run 2 manipulators, I've never found it effective.
So
So
not even like the Faceless BGH play. You know, when your opponent plays Rag, you Faceless it, and you remove theirs.
well, all you have to do is think about like what decks in the metagame have great manipulate targets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Druid has one. Like they don't even play Karen, right? So they only have Ragnaros. That's the only card in their deck that you want to manipulate. So it's like, what are you manipulating then in that matchup? Are you manipulating like your own Alex Strauza or like your own Ragnaros? But if those are in play on your turn, like you've already won the game, right? Because they don't have an answer to your huge threat. So you don't need a second huge threat, right? um,
Yeah.
Also against handlocks, it's really terrifying because they all play double faceless now. So if you faceless their giant and kill their giant, then they faceless back your giant, and
That's
like
why he got
do
two.
whatever.
That's why he has
Yeah, but
two.
you have very limited answers to the amount of threats they possess. So if
Mm-hmm.
you give
That's
them
true.
an option to like have another one, then you just lose. But like versus what? Like what are you gonna manipulate versus Miracle Rogue, or what are you gonna
Yeah.
manipulate versus like any other deck in the format? It's really not very much. Like so you end up manipulating your Armor Smiths or something. Like it doesn't really make sense to me. I know that Tide says that like his Ysera, like you can manipulate that, but I found that if Ysera is already in your like in play on your turn again, like
You've
what are
already
you
won.
losing to?
You've
Yeah,
pretty
like
much already won.
what do you need a second Ysera for?
That's true.
But it could just be playstyle. Like maybe he plays a little bit differently than me and finds uses from the card that I don't. So I'm not sure.
Okay,
But
so then why have one in your deck?
it just gives you, like I said, it gives you a little bit of flexibility. Like if you need that third Armor Smith versus aggro, or if you can like clone a Rag if you need to. Like it's one of those like very situational cards that are like it's sometimes useful, but not always, and just gives you a little bit of flexibility. But if I had two, they just get stuck in my hand a lot.
Okay, cool. All right, enough deck talk, guys. Let's go into some games here, and so I wanted to make sure I need. It's kind of funny because I I only have one account right now. I really need a second account, but just I really wanted to make sure that we kind of run into some of the very common decks along, like in the mid ranks and up. So right now my account I think is rank 5, right? I think it's rank 5. Yeah, so this is perfect. Okay, so we're gonna play some starting at rank 5, and what that usually means is we're gonna be doing some zoo decks, and that's kind of what I want to run into. I don't think you run into as many zoo decks in Legend. Is that right?
Correct.
Higher Legend, yeah. So I know a lot of people struggle with this matchup, and I know you just like own this matchup, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
matchup for Zoo is pretty good. Like it's always really close, but you almost always end up on top. Um,
yeah. This
the
matchup
bad
and
matchups are like,
Shaman matchup are like,
oh
how do
yeah, I
you do
love the
it?
Shaman
How
matchup.
do you do it, man? That's like I don't get it. I think a lot of people think that matchup's bad, except for you, and I
Yeah,
trust you though.
so many people at DreamHack ran Shaman into my Warrior, and I didn't lose a single game. I think I had like 6 or 7 node Shaman in that tournament.
Okay, so here's a very common matchup. So this is a good one too. So
You
Druid.
should probably like look at your screen now.
Oh
Are you
yeah,
sharing
yeah. I
your
need to
screen?
share. Shoot. Okay, let me share it with you. Okay, so we're looking at Gromish, Korkon Elite, and Brawl. Whoops. Hold on.
I still can't see your screen. Did you share?
I should have. Hold on. What's going on here? All right, is it better now?
Nope.
Can you not see it? Okay, hold on. Alright, give us a second, guys. I'm going to have to figure this out. Well, Gromish, Kor'kron, Elite, and Brawl. What do I drop?
Versus what?
Versus Druid.
Not Smulgan at all.
Okay. I'll get this set up real quick. Okay, so I need to share. What's next? We're on the screen share here.
Rip Kitkatz, no.
No. Is it working? You not see my screen?
Job's done.
Nope, it doesn't show me that you're sharing it.
All right. Oh, great. I got to figure this out real quick. All right, hold on. Let's go to a actually. Let's go to a quick break, and then I'll figure it out.
What now?
All right, let me see if I can figure this out. Got an armor smith. I'm just gonna pass. I'm just gonna let it run. Okay, screen share. Why won't it screen share? Wait, you start sharing your screen with Andrew Vardius. Okay, I'm gonna screen on this one. And it's not doing it? Shit.
Maybe you reached it.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Alright, now it's working?
Yeah, works fine.
Alright, good.
Alright, Stan's looking pretty solid. Got the armor smith.
Okay, hold on a second, hold on a second. I'm going back. Actually, they can hear me the whole time. Okay, we're back, guys. Okay, we're back. This should be good now. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why the screen share wasn't working very well in Skype. Okay, so we just passed on turn 1. That's all we've done so far.
Yep. Uh-oh. This is always like the terrifying part when they're mousing over the cards in their hand on turn 1. You're just like, oh god,
It's like,
please.
Innervate Yeti.
Please
Incoming.
don't do it.
Here it
Don't
comes.
do it.
Here it
No.
comes. Oh,
Oh.
Dragon. Ah, that's not too bad.
It's not bad at all.
Armor Smith? Alright.
Made to
Fairy Dragon? What kind of start is this?
I've seen at least like 3 weeks ago. I saw a lot of druids start doing fairy dragons in like response to Miracle. Because it's like so hard for them to answer. But maybe it's just like a tokeny druid. Or maybe not. Who knows? We'll find out.
Okay, so he attacks it.
Yeah. I'm
Smart
just gonna
as
1
well.
for 1 him like this.
Yep. Alright, Taskmaster's always a good way to remove a 1 health
Yup.
minion here. Darn it, that whirlwind would have been nice.
But yeah, so this is like a pretty okay start. Next turn I'm gonna be able to play Kor'kron to anything he really does. Like a Harvest Golem or something.
Yeah. Pretty typical turn 3 from a druid. Harvest Golem here.
Ooh, hero power, even better. Like,
Wow.
it's really strong when you can play Kor'kron onto an empty board, because then they have to spend their turn answering it instead of playing a threat.
Mhm.
And it's like so much different than what is like a normal first druid.
Yeah, a lot of times the swipe play is actually not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went through this guy around.
Yeah, and just start beating him with it. Get your race on, man.
Beat you on the
You're
face.
rowdy.
Rowdy. Got the ultimate Reuter and Rowdy. Kor'kron.
Dude, Kor'kron really is the ultimate warrior, dude. Look at that badass.
No kidding. Huge axe. Look at that thing. It's got blood on it and everything.
Actually, I guess Grom is probably the ultimate warrior. You can just wait no longer, dude.
Okay, so Druid, he's looking at typically it's a Keeper of the Grove or move that kind of Taskmaster type of play, but oh, he's got Innervate though.
Alright, cool. We get our own Cairn.
Yeah. Karen's not quite as problematic against Druid though, or Druids can handle it decently, but
Not right now, though. It's like really difficult for him to answer. But yeah, just like
Yeah.
face him with everything.
okay.
You don't want to trade into it. He's the one that has to play defensively now because he's at
Yeah.
19.
Gotcha.
He's already let this Kor'kron deal 8 to him, and so it's like it's already basically GG. Next
How
year
are-
we'll have Sylvanas.
How wary of you, or how wary of the double combo are you these days?
I'm pretty wary of it because like almost all of them play it.
Yeah.
But you can kind of tell because at some point they're gonna play this like stupid wild growth, right? And then you know you're like, all right, double combo. Thanks, Thige, or however you say his name. dude.
Nice.
Guy ruined it for everyone.
Thige. Nice. You were supposed to play him in Deck Wars this week, you bastard.
Oh my gosh, I had this wonderful picture where I'm in his room, and we all go out to order pizza, right, and bring it back, and like we're all like opening up our pizza in his room, and he just opens up this pizza with bananas on it. I'm just like, what are you doing, man? Like, what is this?
Okay, so he just silenced our Karen. He's in a much better situation now.
But yeah, just I would just attack the
Boom.
2-2 into the 4-1 and attack everything else to his face.
Problem.
2-2 in the 4-1, and then throw down.
Everything into his face and play Sylvanas.
The Earth Mother are upon us.
I have no
Everything
time for games.
just being the Karen. There
Yeah.
we go. I was like, everything. There's that one thing, right? Okay. Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed differently in my play versus you guys, the highest pros, is just being generally more aggressive to the face
Yeah.
instead of trading.
It's pretty questionable, but if we did any other play, then like it would have set up the perfect swipe for him.
True.
And so this is still a pretty good swipe, but at least he has to trade everything into our board, and he's still at 15.
Right.
Execute the face.
Execute. Oh gosh, how amazing would that be? I've still yet to land a sacrificial pact on a Jiraxis.
Oh, I did that. I
I've
did
never
that
done
on
that.
stream versus Gabe Walls. Like, we were
Oh,
both racing the legend, and he's playing handlock, and then I think Tides or it was like I forget who it was.
Yeah.
One other guy like racing with us, and they were both playing handlock, so I just played handlock with sacrificial pact.
Yeah.
And this was before everyone like really knew about like the power of Leroy. So like you actually played Jiraxis.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at this hand, double whirlwind execute. How are we feeling about this?
Pretty good. Like
Really? Okay.
we're gonna screw up this turn. Like whatever he plays, just gets whirlwind executed, and then he gets beasted.
He's taking forever. Oh my gosh. Okay. So do we arm a Fire War Axe? That's the question.
Yep, most likely.
And go straight for the face. That's what we get. You just go for it. Task
Yeah,
this guy. Go for 10.
Yeah, whirlwind execute, and then let's see, how much is this? 7, 10?
Definitely.
Not
easy.
enough.
It's easier to remove a.
If he had swipe last
Three.
turn, he would have played it though.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have swipe. It's possible for him to have rest. So I just play Fiery War Axe, attack him in armor, and
Yeah,
attack with
because
Sylvanas.
we still have lethal next turn with task, right?
Let
Yeah.
none survive.
Yeah. Regardless of playing it this turn or not.
Yeah. So we just play around Wrath this way. Although, no, it works perfectly. He's already played a keeper too.
Could play a Ancient Allure. That wouldn't be that bad.
Not bad at all.
What to do?
Pretty good start for us. This first game.
Yeah,
It's always
I
nice
really
to
like
get a
this
win under our belts right from the
Yeah,
get-go.
I was watching the Amaz, pro corner from last week.
Yeah.
Saw him get that first win, man. Gave him a lot of confidence.
That's right.
That's what I was hoping for going into this, man.
Well,
Might
we
have
got
threw deck.
really lucky because we got one of every single class during that episode.
you?
Yeah, it was crazy. Oh wow. Okay. So we got
10.
drawing potential here.
So yeah, you can Acolyte and Whirlwind.
Pain, speak to me.
See what we get. Brawl. That's not what we want.
Yeah. Just
Do we go for 10?
7, 10. Yeah, just task it. And armor.
We're talking about tasking Sylvanas, right?
Work.
Or tasking
no.
Acolyte.
Fuck. This is a little bit weird.
These are the decisions that we gotta figure out here. So what could we draw? Let's think about what could we draw to possibly win. We could draw a Quircon would put us within 1.
I wonder.
8 puts him at 3. Yeah, just
A Gorhal would actually do it.
test Sylvanas and beat him. It's like kind of arguable. You could save the charge, but
Oh shoot! I shouldn't have used the weapon there. Well, yeah, I just shouldn't have used the weapon there. Well, it gives me a Gorehowl for all now.
well, Gorehowl would have been an out anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Unless he had another Ancient Allure.
Like we could have attacked it and killed it, but then, like we had already committed the like it's pretty probable that he has Wrath, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've already committed the Whirlwind on the Sylvanas to putting it in Wrath range.
We don't have much in
So
our
killing
hand,
the
do we?
5/4 is like not really doing anything because he has to trade the 5/4 in anyway.
Mhm.
Maybe like we would have had like 1 more damage on with Acolyte. That's like the only difference, and he'd have 2 more life.
Yeah.
I wonder.
So right now, I think so a core crawling. Just given that he doesn't have a greater healing or a not greater healing, healing touch or a ancient allure, we've got several draws. Gorehowl, Korkron, 1 Korkron, right? We have left, and Ragnaros gives us a chance.
Gromash.
Gromash gives, Gromash. We have a lot of draws actually.
Mhm.
So 4. We just named 4 out of so roughly
I
25,
must
a little less than
safeguard
25.
the land.
With the second keeper up the top.
Nice.
All right, just need that weapon, man.
Yeah, now we got the fiery
Either
war axe
weapon.
too. So we got like a over 25% chance here. Oh yeah,
Go.
and
Just
there
like
it
that.
is. And there it is.
Yeah, easy
hold
game, easy life,
Hold
man.
on, hold on.
Oh yeah, draw that card.
Oh, big game hunter doesn't.
Can't even play it.
There we go. There we go. All right, first game. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. But that that was good. That was good to start out with a really aggressive game too. Oh,
Yeah.
man, shoot! I didn't get a well played in there. Damn it. I'm such a BMer. Such a BMer. Okay, so here we go. Game number 2. Got one down. I remember. So Pro Corner I used to do in StarCraft, right?
Yeah.
And I remember there were days where we wouldn't get a single win. It would be like, oh man, this is totally defeating the purpose.
That's got to be terrifying.
Yeah, it's not defeating the purpose, but it just doesn't look as good whenever
Yeah,
you're
like
not
at
winning
ESGN,
games.
they were doing like I forget what it was. Like I think it was like a show with Frodan or something.
Yeah,
And
it was
they'd come and
the-
build like fun decks or something.
Yeah. What was it? The Wisp Hour or something
The
like
Wisp
that?
Hour, yeah. But it was like only 30 minutes, so it was very confusing.
Oh, yes. Here we go. Here we go.
Your soul
All right, Zoo time.
shall be mine.
All right, I'm guessing it's Zoo. Or you pretty much have them all again for Zoo, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You mulligan all these cards.
Okay.
It's really hard. Like you don't want to mulligan Shield Slam, but on the play, it's like you really need that axe to catch up because they have the coin.
Yeah. And just to explain to folks why we're mulliganing for Zoo versus Handlock is because you can draw into answers for Handlock, where with Zoo, it's like you need immediate answers.
Very true.
So
Good analysis.
we're hedging for aggression. It works for just generally. You always have to hedge for aggressive build or
God.
aggressive decks.
Oh God.
Got the brawl, baby, and nothing else. Oh, there we go.
All
That
right, we
helps.
got our girl,
That
dude.
helps.
It's okay. We got
Got
Brawl
our
and
girl,
Artemis
that's
and
right.
PNP.
As long as she survives until turn 5. All right, we need some more though. Okay, so how good and bad is Execute?
Execute's really good because it's pretty obvious he's handlock. He has coin, didn't play anything.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Just get this young armorsmith out there. Yeah, just go to town,
Made
and we'll be ready for his first threat.
Brawl initiated.
Brawl is like really strong versus him too. You don't really want it early though. You kind of want it late game when
Yeah.
they really commit with Bolton Giants
Yeah.
and defenders and stuff.
It's usually to clear that last wall before you finish them, type of thing, right?
Yeah, just get this armor up and attack. You don't really need to waste the arm. Like with 3 men, obviously you can only do 1, and there's no reason to waste it because there's nothing like no threat present that needs the axe to answer.
So before I hit, I did have a question. So if I had shield block in the
Yep.
opening hand, would I have armored last turn?
Almost certainly,
Okay.
because like you can draw into Shield Slam and actually answer a giant.
Yeah.
But if you don't, like you have neither of those, so it's like pretty improbable that you'll be able to answer it in time
Yeah.
by just armoring. Well, by improbable I mean impossible. So the scariest one is the Drake here, but we have an answer to it, so we should be okay.
Actually, these openings are more annoying to me than anything else.
You just get the Acolyte out, and attack him for 1. Like, this is the way it forces him, like, if he owls, he has to attack this now.
Okay.
Job's done.
Just redirects damage, I guess.
Or you can deny his cards by silencing that and then not attacking with the 4/5.
Whirlwind. Whirlwind. It
Oh.
was a 1 mana card, just the wrong one. All
Yeah,
right,
it's
so
just-
which one do I throw into this guy?
Yeah, let's just get our card off the Acolyte before he can silence it or anything.
So we're gonna go ahead and execute that guy after the draw here.
Yeah. Get to armor up and play our weapon. Be in a pretty good spot.
But don't swing, just keep it.
Yeah.
Just clarifying. All right, so I'm curious if he has an owl or not. God. He's got the Drake. The Drake is such a pain for a warrior.
Yeah. It's okay, we got the second answer to it.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunate. So, yeah, just drop your Drake.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just hit it with your weapon and execute it.
Oops. Not Whirlwind.
Attack.
So that's interesting, because I probably would have, my knee-jerk reaction would have thrown that guy into it, and but
Strike.
We don't really have
yeah,
a
it
shield.
makes more sense to actually hit it with your weapon, so.
So it's pretty improbable that he has like another huge threat, right? So he played 2. He only has 4 in his deck that are like hard to deal with.
If we were sitting on Shield Slam, would we have done that differently?
Yeah, if we were just sitting on Shield Stem, we would have attacked with the Armor Smith and executed.
Okay.
To
got it.
preserve your armor. But
Yeah.
like situations like this, he just like breaks it again.
Yep.
But yeah, we got it all back. So
Yep,
that's good.
that's true. Mission accomplished. Alright, so turn 7 is going to be kind of difficult for us unless we draw something good here. Okay.
Probably.
I don't want to kill. It hurts to kill the girl.
Yeah, I would just lay. Fuck. Yeah, I'd just lay Acolyte down.
Do we remove the ancient possibly or no?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Strike.
Not like that.
Not like that? Just like
Well,
this?
actually, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, do that. That's
that?
actually. We'll Whirlwind first. Attack first and Whirlwind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's the kind of thing I would
was
do.
like-
I'd be like, oh shit.
A little mind lapse there.
That
Any
would
of your magic abilities.
exactly. Okay. All right. So Baron, and then just armor up.
Yeah, pass. Like, we have so much damage. We have 10 from Gromosh, 8 from Ragnaros, which is 18, then the last 3 from the weapon, which is 21. So we have exact C's over 2 turns. If everything works, but
Yeah, if everything works out according to plan. But we've gotten through 2 of their big threats already. We got Mountain Giant's already come down, Twilight Drake's already come down,
yeah.
and Molten Giant's not enabled yet.
Many possibilities.
Take some more flu medicine.
Okay, that's interesting. He owled before, for he actually just passed on trying to enable that Ancient Watcher. Cool. Well,
Oh, good draw.
can remove that, or we could continue being aggressive, but probably better just to remove the stuff, right?
Yeah. But to remove it, we should probably do it with Baron Geddon
Oh, okay.
and just attack into it.
So attack
yeah,
this
that
guy and then Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring the pain.
Yeah. Then.
Do I remove the Watcher or no?
Yeah, we should remove that Watcher.
Okay. Just safer. Much harder to remove the Baron Geddon outside of Siphon Soul. I guess he could Soulfire and if he has another Mortal Coil.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
that wouldn't be
Stray
the end of the
probably
world.
just gonna be Siphon Slaying this turn.
That wouldn't be
so-
too bad.
Yeah, and if you like Siphons and then like Defenders that thing, that's gonna be out of range of our axe. Well, I guess we have Whirlwind, so it doesn't matter. But all right.
Yeah, there's Shield Slam.
Yeah, just throw down Ragnaros. He has to deal like with this huge threat. Although it is possible he has like baseless But we have BGH.
BGH. We got lots of answers.
Alright, let me look up how many of these I can take, like fucking an hour or some shit. I'm so sick, man. It's like devastating.
You're taking cough suppressants, man. I know how that feels, man. I was coughing like crazy. I still am coughing a little bit, but coughing like crazy at DreamHack and before. Alright, so he's got the ability to taunt a Molten Giant now. Maybe even, well, just one, actually.
I wonder.
But that's no problem. We can handle that easily. If he throws out a Molten Giant, we BGH, and I think that's all we can do, right? Unless we draw something good here. Oh wow, he taps.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn! God, I love that fucking song, man. Jesus.
My shield.
All right. Core Chronicron draw. This turn's kind of interesting.
What now?
All right, so choices we could.
Let's just Grom Whirlwind into the 5-10.
Just into the 5-10, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best answer. That's the guarantee that we'll remove at least that guy.
Like, I don't think people play whatchamacallit, Draxus or the other one, Alex Jaws anymore. Just like
Really?
get the beats on.
Taste my
I think some people still play Alex, but especially at this level. Get the beats on.
So normally I never ever do this, but like never ever. But he didn't answer Ragnaros last turn, so I guess he could like manipulate the 10-3 now and then Soulfire it,
He could Soulfire.
which would actually be bad.
Yeah, he could Hellfire
Soulfire.
Soulfire. Wow, that's even better.
Yeah, we still have Cork Run.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Okay.
Another one.
Shields up.
All right, we can remove that. But do we use Brawl? That's the question. Do we use Brawl?
You know what you have to do.
Are you doing it?
Are
We
there
doing
any
it?
question?
This is broadcasted. All right. Here we go. Oh my god!
Every fucking time. Don't you ever doubt me, ChanManV. Don't you ever doubt fucking
Oh
Armor
my
Smith.
God.
Look at this guy right here.
Oh
Click
my
it, click
God.
It, click it 18 times, go to the brawl, mouse over it, right click fucking thank you, and then well played. God, yes.
Wait, what now? What do I click? Oh, you gotta follow the
You gotta
instructions.
fucking click it a lot, right? And then
But-
it goes like, you must wait a fucking turn to attack with this, right? Click it, click it, click it, click it, click it. Yeah, there we go. There we go, right. Now just armor up and end your turn.
Alright.
Well played. There you go.
Oh my god, I'm learning the ways of Kitkatz. Okay,
You guys doubted me, man. You guys doubted me.
That made the
Called
episode.
Kitkatz
We can
a
go
liar.
home now. We can go
Here
home
we
now.
are on live television.
I bring
Oh my
life.
god, it's amazing. It's amazing. Alright, still not out of the woods though.
Oh, dude. He's got one.
Yeah, it's true. He's only got one card.
Slam down
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we-
Oh, yeah.
that. Yeah.
We gotta get value out of this, right?
Well,
Well, oh, no. Okay.
I
We
mean,
still
you
got
could
him
just
there.
big game hunter and Corkron.
Yeah.
Beast him in there.
I've got the beast in my sight. For the war chief!
Beast mode.
Ah, what is the chat saying, dude? Are they impressed with the prowess?
Oh my gosh.
Smith?
I'm shaking.
I am literally shocked.
I'm literally shocked. That's what they said. Why are you shocked? He's done it like 5 times now. It's crazy.
I'm telling you guys, dude. Never fucking loses.
Never loses. What does he have left?
One molten.
Yeah, he's got 1 Molten left. He's got 1 Mountain left, right?
Yeah.
It's
All
over.
right, game over. Game over.
Let's go
How
with
do you
the
wanna
big
finish
dog.
this? That one?
Big dog?
Oh, wait.
No,
I
no,
got
no,
an
no,
idea.
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
You Gore Howl, right?
We Gore Howl, then we Shield Slam, right?
No, we Gore Howl, and then we attack the owl, and then we go, that was a mistake.
Alright. This...
Ooh.
That was an error.
Alright, now you cruel.
Back to work.
Yeah, just like that.
Learning the ways of
Well,
Kitkatz.
bad mannered.
Oh man.
That's how you beat Handlock.
That's how you beat. That's how you beat
You know, just that easy.
the armor smith. Armor smith for the win, baby. Okay. All right. So we got 2 down. Got 2 different decks. Now we've done druid and handlock. Now we're gonna